What it look like, no Pyro?
It's looking crazy out here, man. It's looking red like the cell.
Oh my god.
Looking red like the Fiend's first few matches.
It's looking red like the 10 pound. Oh shit! I fucked the line. Damn! How did the line?
This motherfucker ruined the intro.
Hold on. It's looking red.
Nah, you can't do that. Nah.
Oh, goddamn, pal, we're live.
I can't listen, man. I'm a jobber. I messed my spot up. I can't go back to it. It's a huge spot.
Good job, Psycho Sid.
All right, here we go. It's looking red like the tampon Don's uni. Oh!
All that for that.
What do you want from me, man? I'm the guy who's risking his body. I fling myself up against the rope, and I'm doing a suicide dive against, I don't know, 10 or 12 other ham and eggers. And that's supposed to be my spot.
Come on, Mac. You know goddamn well you're the guy in the back with one hand up.
Yes, that's me.
I'll catch you one hand up.
Security guide number 13. That's me. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the buffoonery that you hear is from no other than the No Pyro Podcast Collective. My name is Total Mac, a.k.a. TBD Mac, a.k.a. Six Flair. Join with me as always is Swervily, a.k.a. What's Up Swerve, a.k.a. Swervy Atmos, a.k.a. Swole Pow, f.k.a. Yoko Tuna, a.k.a. Damn, that shit big as hell. Pause.
AKA lift the embargo already.
You know what I mean? What's going on with you, dog?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just same old BS. Yeah, looking at images of the PS5.
We about 2 weeks away, man. 2 weeks, 2 day.
Might as well be looking at porn at that point.
Well, probably. And that voice, ladies and gentlemen, is No Chill Drew, a.k.a. EGB, a.k.a. the Applebee's Don. I forgot you knew it.
I forgot what you gave me, yeah, but we got...
Oh. What's that, a Milwaukee's Best?
Oh, that is a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, see, I'm with you right here. I already know what time it is.
The finest champagne that a trailer park can produce.
It's like Monica, man. It's one of them days.
It's just one of them days.
You know that song, bro?
No.
You just gonna go with it.
He said it just like the song saying it all. This one of them days. I know you know that song, bro.
I know who Monica is. She's the one from Destiny's Child that was in Freddy vs. Jason, right?
Oh God. If I didn't sense any sarcasm on your voice, I would really be concerned.
You know what? Even if it is on purpose, it's still funny.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. I was talking to my girlfriend about Freddy vs. Jason the other day, and I'm like, yeah, the biggest name in there was the one girl from Destiny's Child. Not that one. Oh, not that one either. Oh.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 not that ones when you're talking about Destiny's Child. Yeah. It's sad. Gents, how was your weekend?
Good.
Mine pretty uneventful.
Yeah. Same here.
Went to Rochester. That was fun. Oh, I'm sorry.
Got paid, had to just pretty much hold it to give it to other people.
So, funny story. So we're driving to Rochester and we accidentally take the back roads because I have tolls turned off.
Smart man.
So the traffic's moving slow as fuck, and I'm like, bro, this is a back road, like in a bum ass town. Like, how the fuck is traffic going slow? And then I see over to the right near the sidewalk, and I see what's causing traffic to go slow. A Trump rally is taking place in this ho-dung fucking town. Now, let me just say, no matter what side you're on, if you hold a political rally, you look fucking stupid, okay? Let me just say that right now. You think that it looks great until somebody's like actually seeing it in person going, wow, that's a lot of inbreds. That's a lot of people just like way too close to the street. Like, it's a sidewalk right fucking there. Get out of the street with your gigantic flag. We get it. Just move the fuck over.
Did you make your way to Golden Corral?
Where, in Rochester, in this bung-ho town?
Yeah, in Rochester.
Yeah, no, we went there. We got there. That was fine. No, it wasn't happening in there. It was happening between it in some town that I don't even fucking remember what the town was. If you live in that town, you probably know what I'm talking about because they got a population of like 20 and all of them were at that fucking rally.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if you went there. I don't care about the rally at all.
Yeah, no, we went to Rochester. We walked around a little bit.
Did you go to Golden Corral?
No, but we were right in that plaza. I was gonna go in Golden Corral, but I saw the sign. I'm like, I don't think that they fucking obey the mask rule. Yeah. I mean, Jeff Foxworthy is their spokesman.
Wait, what was the sign?
What?
What was the sign?
No, the sign was the normal thing. It looked like it hasn't been changed in 5 years. Like, it's just all fucking rusted and shit. I'm like, ugh. I mean, that Jeff Foxworthy money, that left them pretty fucking tight.
Oh, man. All right. So let's get into it. We're about 2 weeks away. 2 weeks in a day, 15 days, 14 days, whatever you ask, from 9th gaming.
Did Drew say what movie he was watching prior to the show?
Oh, I was watching Hereditary.
Oh, I thought you were watching Hocus Pocus.
That was last week.
Oh, fuck.
By the way, speaking of that movie, whoever wrote and approved the line, I couldn't pull off that costume. I don't have, what are they called? Yabos? My brother likes your Yabos. In fact, he loves them. Whoever wrote and approved that line, you fucked. You're fucked, and we're going to look into you, okay? Because I'm pretty sure you have some fucking skeletons in your closet. It makes my skin crawl every fucking time I watch that movie.
I don't even know what line you're quoting, bro.
Well, you haven't watched Hocus Pocus enough.
Or at all.
That's it. If you watch it just once, you know exactly what line I'm talking about. Because that line lives with you forever.
You doing a line?
No. I said I haven't watched it at all. So
yeah, me either.
That's what I'm saying.
How have you guys never fucking watched Hocus Pocus?
I have watched Hereditary.
Fucking ambiguous fucking rap song from the 90s. Like, how the fuck does that happen?
So, Bruce, are you excited about the sequel that they're going to be doing?
They've been talking about a sequel for fucking years. It's not going to happen.
Just like they've been talking about Cyberpunk all this time. Oh!
Yeah, Cyberpunk is not coming out until 2077, okay?
If you haven't heard the news, postponed yet again. December 4th, I think it's coming out, or the 10th. One of the two. I don't know if Jay-Z's got something to do with this because December 4th is his birthday. I don't know if he's involved in a rollout, but never that mind. But I don't know what the hell's going on in their production studio. Is somebody holding somebody up for ransom? The creative director, are you at fault for this? What's the reason? What is this, like the third or fourth pushback?
I read the little their information they put out. They're making this for 9 different systems, and they got to test all of those.
Like a good look at all. That looks like it's gonna be just. I don't know. I don't like when a game comes out for 9 different systems. It means they're not mastering it for just like 1 or 2, but it's gonna be shoddy on all of them.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make this work on the base Xbox and PS4 all the way up to the good stuff, and even Stadia, which nobody's even gonna buy.
They should just have it come out on the current gen first, and then release it for the next gen. In a few months.
No, it should just be released for the next gen only. Forget the current gen.
True.
That's the problem.
Yeah, because you got to drive up those sales for next gen. You have to. And
Like,
this is
fuck, what?
A1 release. Like, you were supposed to have this on the 10th and 11th. Now you're not.
Like, fuck, what are they trying to do? Make this like Doom where it can run it on anything? I just pulled out this pregnancy test out of the trash can. I got Doom to run on it.
Oh my god.
I mean, think about it. Wouldn't you be pissed if you only back in the day you only had to focus on 2, 3 consoles at best? Now you got to focus on 9. Are you kidding me?
Well, you know what that calls for, don't you? Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
Time to have the developers work 16-hour days.
Yeah, that's too many because you've got the Switch, you've got 2 Xboxes, you've got PS5, probably PS4, you've got Stadia, that's 6. I'm trying to think what else they have coming out for. But that's
they might have it come out PC.
Well, when you say Xbox, you're naming like 5 systems already. When you say PlayStation, you're naming like 3 systems. PC.
Time out. Let me kind of categorize. So when I say Xbox, I'm talking about. So time out. Is Xbox Series S considered next gen?
Yeah, they're going to be playing the same games as Series X.
Well, what did you think?
Microsoft went the Wii U route and just made the whole thing confusing.
Why did you think it wasn't next gen if it was not coming out until?
Shit, because it's not 4K.
That's not how they're viewing it.
I mean, they're upscaling it to 4K like my Series X or like my Xbox One X.
I thought it was 4K.
That's just not native.
No, it's gonna have the next gen like
the hardware.
Yeah, some of the features are gonna be there, but not the resolution. Resolution won't be that high.
Who cares if it's not native? I'm not native. I can still go to the casino. I mean, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm laughing that's where we sign. Let the record show. But that's my point. Like, can I just? What the fuck is the difference from me playing? I don't know. I mean, I guess I never looked at the Xbox Series S becoming or being obsolete. So for a gamer like me, it serves no purpose.
You would think it wouldn't be a big deal because they got to make it for PC. That is pretty much one of 1,000 configurations.
Yeah.
But there is a minimum spec requirement, which we don't know what it is. So
a series or a Cyberpunk.
I'll talk about Cyberpunk.
Okay.
It's kind of like with like the current PlayStation 4. You have games coming out for both PlayStation 4 and PS4 Pro. They look better on PS4 Pro, but they still run on PS4. That's why the Series S and the Series X are both next gen, is because, yeah, they might look different, but they can still run on the same system.
I'm just saying, you're going to, if I was, see, now, let me just peel open the curtain a little bit. So when I go shopping for electronics, I go to a particular store, right? Or we go to a particular store. I won't say their name. But we know when we got some schlep or we know when we got somebody who knows what they're talking about. Now, let's say roles were reversed and it was me who was the store associate. And someone asked me, why would you get an Xbox Series S? And for me, I would say, well, number one, it's going to depend on what type of gamer you are. And number two, if you're a gamer like me, it's going to be hard-pressed for you to try to convince me why I should continuously buy $70 games for a console that is not native 4K and that is not as powerful as the Series X.
But here's the thing. The people who are getting the Series S are probably just going to be getting Game Pass and playing them through that. They might not be buying so many, $70 games. They might only be paying $15, $20 a month
I was going to say, do you remember that console? It was maybe midway through the 360's life cycle where they came out with the core system, and all you got was the console, no hard drive, but you got like a memory card or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I had.
That's what this Series S is pretty much.
Yeah, Xbox has always done that, where they've always had besides the Xbox One, which didn't have this, they always have the core, the system that the gamer is going to buy, and then the budget system for the people who don't have the money for the higher up one, but still want to get the new system.
So it's
difference being though, the difference being though, those other systems could all do the same thing, where these can't.
Exactly. It's kind of like the PS4 Pro and the PS4. You're getting more for the PS4 Pro. You're getting a better, more powerful system, but they both play the same games.
So I'm buying an iPhone 12 when I really want an iPhone 12 Pro Max, essentially.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, they both do the exact same thing. They're both going to have the same, software, the same, operating system. It's just, how powerful do you want your system? It's just like when you buy a PC. Are you going to buy just a PC, or are you going to buy a $5,000 gaming computer? Like, what kind of PC? What kind of hardcore gamer are you?
See,
For me personally, I'm not a super hardcore gamer anymore. I'm somebody who can deal with the discless PS4 version or the Series S. I don't need native 4K, graphic streaming 8K, all this shit. I don't fucking need that. I don't know what the fuck it means. So if I don't know what it means, I don't know what I'm missing out on.
Well, see, if I was a salesman to you, I would just say, well, what the fuck you upgrading for?
What's that?
That would be my answer.
Why am I upgrading? Because games are eventually going to stop being made on PS4. I'm upgrading so I could play the new games on the PS5.
I could buy Madden 21 and still playing on that big ass black Xbox.
Yeah, but what's going to be happening is you're going to be getting a dumbed down game. You're not going to be getting all the features, and you know it.
And then that's my points.
But visually, who cares? Who gives a fuck visually? I don't care visually. It looks good enough to me. Well, I don't need a $2,000 fucking TV.
Well, Drew, what about if it was hindered your gameplay? So what if the frames were lower?
Honestly, I mean, if it goes from 30 frames per second to 40 frames per second, I'm probably not even going to notice it. Now, if it's something where it's a huge lag,
you would know if it was 60 to 30 though.
That I might.
Definitely would know.
If it's a drop, if it's something where it comes 60 and it stays 60, I'm probably not going to notice. If it's something where it drops 30 to 60 at random times, I'll probably notice.
No, I'm saying that. So there's an example out there right now of PUBG, a game that everybody knows about. It's gonna run on the Series X at 60 frames per second, and for anybody who gets the Series S, it's going to be only 30 frames per second because it's basically coming from the S model up to this S model. So they're going to leave it there. You get the next gen console, but you're still getting only 30 frames on a game like that.
Waste.
And it's not even, and that still won't be 4K because of the GPU and CPU they put in there.
Waste.
That's why I'm getting PlayStation 5. I get the cheaper version, and it's not going to be much of a difference.
Good answer, Drew. Good answer. As we sit here and talk about this, I kind of feel like Xboxes and Microsoft are kind of like in the game right now because you're just paying for the exterior. If you think about it, I mean, the full next gen experience should be, you have an Xbox One. You can't play the same game that I can play.
I totally agree that they should not be making the games for PS4 and PS5. PS2 lasted a very long time, and I'm actually surprised it lasted as long as it did. But after a while, they should not be making the games for the old gen because, honestly, there's no reason for somebody who is in the situation like I am to get a new console right away. unless you say, hey, do you want to play God of War? Only on PS5. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, you could give your sports titles a pass because they don't do anything to those anyway. But
Yeah.
all other major games, they should definitely only be next gen stuff.
But you
Like
know what, Irv? Here's the catch. I bet you that if they don't keep producing the same game for Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S, Series X, is that we'll lose some type of functionality for backwards compatibility. I bet you. That has to be roped in somehow.
Well, you're only going to get this for about 2 years anyway before they drop those consoles. They said that already.
Well, here's the thing. Like for the sports titles, the only game that I'm really interested in this year is probably the hockey one, and they're not even on the Frostbite engine yet. So, quite honestly, I don't care if it's on PS4 or PS5. It's gonna look the fucking same. But as far as like making games for Xbox and making games for next gen and old gen, like I said, they're gonna be dropping features. They're gonna sit there and go, well, we didn't have the data space to put this feature or that feature on the Xbox One, but on the Xbox Series X, that feature is on here, which is kind of bullshit because you don't need disk space. Most games are digital. You don't need disk space. But they're going to say that excuse to be like, the game's on here. You could play it. It's not the full game. If you want the full game, you got to buy the new system.
Yeah, I mean, they're creating games that are based around load times now. So that's one of the things that'll bottleneck current gen, if you will.
Yeah, because I watched today UK and it was literally the walkthrough and the wait time probably 3 seconds. I thought it was them clipping a scene from the load. Like,
What happened?
those load times in the Series S then?
What? No, I don't think there's going to be load times in the Series S either. I mean, maybe there might be that's like 6 seconds, but from what I heard, I mean, it looks like they're not going to have load times either.
It's the way they had designed it. It's supposed to benefit from all the next gen features, quick resume, load time, all of those different things, except for looking visually impressive and possibly frame rate now, because that's kind of new.
Yeah, that's huge for me visually because that's if you took a pie chart, I don't know, 60%, 65 is how the game looks visually. And if you're telling me the system will look damn near the same on One X and then this Series S, I don't know. That's gonna be a hard argument. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so 2 weeks away. I'm just trying to plan my PTO around this. Got a wipe out the way. I might show Benjamin whole theme music. Hey, don't stop at me. No.
Doom, 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 doom.
Hey. All right. So enough of gaming. Let's talk about why we're really.
I know Abby's like, thank God.
Hey, Abby, send in the question, bro. Do we have a question from Abby today?
We don't.
What the fuck, Abby?
At least he's gonna see it and say he's gonna send it.
Abby,
he's been falling off lately.
he has.
We might have to get a new question guy.
Yo, what the fuck do we pay Abby for?
I don't know. Abby is like basically we're the wrestlers and he's just the guy at home watching TV, but he's got his face at the Thunderdome. You're not a real fan. You're not really there, Abby. Play like you are.
He's like Goldberg. He just shows up when he wants to.
I was gonna say Matthew McConaughey.
One day a wrestler has to cut a promo like one of the Lincoln commercials. I gotta see somebody cut a promo like that. That would be pretty sweet. We're gonna break away from the norm, as Will Smith once said, and we're gonna talk Hell in a Cell. We're gonna start with that today because I said this before the pay-per-view even started when we previewed it. I said this is the pay-per-view that's gonna turn shit around. This is gonna be the start of the new year for the WWE. Normally when you play GM mode on 2K8, 2K9, wasn't this like around the time after Mania? Like you started to get your big feuds together right around Survivor Series championships that needed to get changed so you could have a little medium reign until Mania. This is around the time that shit went down.
Back when Survivor Series mattered, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm more and more inclined to agree with you each year they have a Survivor Series.
I mean, they call it one of the top four. I don't think it's the top four anymore. But
hey, listen, man, I'm with you now, man. I don't think so either.
Yeah, I've been feeling like that for like damn near 10 years because I don't know what's been the best match.
I keep hoping for that. What you call it when they had the whole company was on the line. I keep hoping for that storyline, but they just keep giving me this garbage every year.
Hey, dog, I don't know why, but we keep buying it too. We here.
I think that was back in 03. That was the last good Survivor Series.
I'm literally trying to think, what the hell is the point of a Survivor Series in 2020? I can't think of one. Just give me Retribution versus what's the hell is Shelton Benjamin's collective called?
The Hurt Business?
Yeah, give me that. And then let's move on.
There's no point. I mean, the Retribution is 0-4 on TV.
Yeah, and it's all against the Hurt Business, apparently. So you've been getting it.
Well,
if you want.
If anything is tried and true, the process of having a opponent lose 12 times and then at one of your bigger shows you have them come out and win, that's how they do shit. So I don't know if that's what they're planning.
I love to see how Ali's gonna rise from the ashes like a phoenix on this one.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Hell in a Cell. Starting with, I mean, I don't even want to go over this, but we will. 24/7 title against Drew Gulak. And I watched Raw last night, and I just saw him break away from a tag match to go with this nonsense. There was a stipulation for this match, however. It was no outside interference. Little Jimmy is back, which, whatever.
I mean, that was straight child abuse, though, right? Technically,
the way he was talking to him, yeah.
No, not the way he was talking to him. He kicked him at the end.
He kicked him out of the ring.
I didn't see that.
Of course he didn't. He's an imaginary friend.
No, did. So Truth got the victory with a jackknife cover. I mean, do you guys think that the 24/7 championship will mean more than just show filler?
No.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you asked that question because I thought after watching something that came on after the show, I actually watched that. I normally don't do it, but I'm only saying that to say The Undertaker had the Hardcore Championship. And I still don't know why.
So you say that to say what?
I guess I'm saying that to say any belt can be made to feel important if they give it to the right person.
Yeah, but you're not going to see John Cena walking around with a 24/7 belt.
Listen, Drew, you might eat your words one day.
Yo, you might, because I remember when he had that hardcore belt, and damn, that shit felt kind of important.
Yeah, but that was Biker Undertaker with the short hair. So I mean, it's pretty much mid card.
But yo,
Taker, yeah, nobody's denying that, but Taker is Taker, right?
right? He protected that belt like it was like the Holy Grail. I was like, damn, the Hardcore Championship.
I just wanted to know the conversation before he got approached with that. Hey, you want to tote this around a little bit? And him being the guy he was probably like whatever's best for business. But I know in the back of his mind, he's like, "Are you serious? I'm a multi-time champion. You want me to hold this?" So I don't know.
He made it work. Moving on, it was the Universal title. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso opened the show.
Which is bullshit, by the way.
You said what you shouldn't have?
This is bullshit. Yeah, this should not have opened the show.
Tell us why.
Because this was way better than that fucking other title match.
Oh well, yeah, this match was really good.
This had excellent storytelling.
Well,
can I just say something that's very controversial right now?
Hold on, Drew. I just want to say, this is the new norm. They like to open their shows with these big matches. Go back to Shane and AJ at Mania a few years back. That's when the shit first started. Go ahead.
So, I'm going to say something very controversial, yet so brave. Roman Reigns has earned his place at the head of the table and taken a seat in my heart. He is the best thing on WWE TV.
Yo, he really is though.
Okay, so what made you No Chill come to this conclusion?
He's the only thing that I actually look forward to watching on TV, on WWE's TV.
Wholeheartedly agree.
I'm genuinely just in his fucking in his story. I'm into the story. I'm never sitting there going, this shit's fucking kind of lame. He had, everything that happened this match, everything that happened with both Usos, everything that happened with Alpha and Sika. It was fucking great. And it told a great story. And it continues to tell a story. And none of their matches seem like they're just throwaway matches that we're just putting on TV just to put on TV. Every single time that these two wrestle, it seems like it's just a continuation of the story, and it's actually telling a chapter of that story instead of just being a match.
Yeah, I thought that, like I said, this was excellent storytelling. The match was great, but not for the wrestling, just basically based off storytelling alone. Mm-hmm. That's what I liked most about it. I didn't care that they didn't try to break the cell cage or nothing like that because it just wasn't that type of thing. I liked the finish of the I Quit, even though they used Jimmy twice or Jay twice. I'm not sure which one it was. Roman, when he broke out into the tears, I said, "Oh, this man's in his bag right now."
Yeah,
he's in his bag. Like this is what he always wanted to do. Probably he just had that stranglehold on him. He never could do it.
Well, I'm gonna ask you, Swerve, who do you think is the brainchild behind this? Because you would think it would be Paul, but I don't know because it feels like
what I heard, it's Paul and it's Roman. They're both coming up.
I think it's a collaboration only because of the heel work that obviously Paul knows how to get that out of somebody, but the idea of what we're going to do as far as the head of the table thing, I think that's all Roman.
So I already know your answer, Swerve, so I'm not going to ask you, but I'm going to ask you, No Chill. October 26th, or what day is this? October 28th, 27th, 2020, right?
Yep.
We're sitting here talking about how great and how Roman's got you in the palm of his hand for his newly found character. Did you think today, October 27th, 2020, that you'll be sitting here salivating more over how good Roman is and how not you're talking about the Fiend Bray Wyatt?
Absolutely not. I genuinely, if you would have asked me, 2 years ago or 6 months ago, hey, do you think that Roman Reigns' storyline is going to keep you enthused? I would have told you no.
Yep.
But I am genuinely cannot wait to see what happens next. Whether it's, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Whether it's the Usos breaking up because, Jay finds Jimmy as a weakness and he needs to kind of get rid of that weakness in order to finally beat his cousin, whether it's Roman moving on to the next thing. But this has been great. And I mean, I can't believe that a feud between Roman and one of the Usos has actually been this good, but it's that fucking good.
So, gentlemen, do you understand why I like heels now?
Well, yeah, good heels, man. Because Braun Strowman, come on now.
Well, listen, he still had a leash on him. Okay, we'll get back to him later.
But yo, in all seriousness, this is probably the best thing that Roman and the Usos have done. And these are multi-champions at their respective heights of their career. As far as them being tag champs and him being a world or a universal or WWE champion. This is the best thing they've ever done. The best. This is better than Shield Roman. And I will argue with anybody to the death that this is better than that. It just is.
It's the best thing Roman's ever done. I won't say it's the best thing for Usos because they have been great on the mic before. It got overshined because of where it was. It was always in the pre-show.
But I still think for their place in the storytelling, that this is probably the best thing that they've done as far as pushing the story along.
Well, yeah. That part, yeah. But I'm just mean like just flat out mic work.
Whatever. That's that. No, they're not. But as far as, you're playing story mode on 2K and it's fucking wrestlers who aren't A+ talent, but their place in the story is so important that you can't tell it without them. And I think that's what they are, who they are in this new Roman Reigns career. That match was very good. Does it tie a bow on Roman and the Usos? Because we're getting Roman and the Universal Champion at Survivor Series. But are they going to go back to this afterwards?
I feel that I can honestly see Jey Uso costing Roman that match and it going into the December pay-per-view. This doesn't tie a bow because this is another kind of like, let's call it a fuck finish almost. He quit to save his brother. He didn't quit because Roman beat him. And I can see them doing one more. I don't want to see them beat this into the ground with 8, but I can see one more, and then we go into 2021 with whatever he wants to do for Royal Rumble. But I can see this going one more.
I think this puts a patch on it for now. You got to remember the stipulation to this match. If he quit, then they were supposed to become his what do you call him? His servants, basically. So that is going to go on for a little bit where they got to keep their word. And then eventually somebody will free them.
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, there it is. WrestleMania. What is this? WrestleMania 20 or 30 what? 34?
This will be 37.
37? All right. It'll be RR versus TR, the main event. So we'll get to that later.
I will say it was pretty cool seeing Alpha and Sika up on the ramp as he was leaving. Yeah. Almost be like, yeah, no, you are like the head of this family.
You know what would have made it even doper?
Rikishi?
No. So he took the lei from him, right? But he handed it to him, and they gave him hugs. That part, that was fine. But if Roman wants to really be bad, he should have just snatched them off like they were beads from around the neck of the Grand Master like Akuma did.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's almost showing that these legends are viewing him as like subservient. Like they're subservient to him. Like,
I get both angles. I'm just saying.
So I liked everything about it, and I don't know why they had this on first because the rest of this pay-per-view is not fucking following it.
Well, I
They,
was inclined to disagree.
A couple matches were able to, a couple,
It
but
let me
definitely not
think that
the next match that we have. Definitely not that.
so
it, it,
it let me think that something was going to go last, but it didn't.
well, yeah, I know, right? Because yeah, this one definitely had big fight finish at the end. I'll say before we move on to the next match, damn, I now finally have a reason to watch Friday Night SmackDown because I didn't before.
And besides, you can't send the fans home pissed off 2 pay-per-views in a row.
Would they be pissed off though if Roman won? I understand the heels winning, but at the same time, like, I'm not pissed off that Roman's winning. I want to see more Roman. God, what the fuck did I just say?
2020, man, it's throwing all of us for a loop, right?
Yo, this year's crazy, man.
All right, moving on. Speaking of crazy, Elias and Jeff Hardy.
Oh, fuck this shit.
Bro, your man Elias has officially been thrown into the almost ham and egger category. He's almost in the category where he comes out with no music every match.
Listen, he's not Denny's, but he is on his way to IHOP.
Oh, he's falling, fast, very fast. And now I watch on Raw, they're mentioning his album coming out. Who cares?
First off, his second album. Second off, he did go on after Roman, so there's that.
Oh my God, the cool.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Nothing says, yo, you're hot, like coming out after Roman in the cool down spot.
Drew, you can't bury him and then say that you're trying. Like, come on.
I'm trying more than he is. God damn it.
Doesn't work that way.
So Jeff Hardy got disqualified because he used the guitar on Elias. Jeff Hardy vibes, but whatever.
I was really sad when I saw that disqualification.
Because you wanted Elias to lose clean?
I just wanted a conclusion. I didn't care who won. And we're not getting one.
You have to realize, Jeff Hardy's not in for those type of matches anymore, dog. 3-month angles with Jeff Hardy, minimum. So next was The Miz, and I didn't catch this part, but it was The Miz versus the Otis in a Money in the Bank contract. I didn't see where it was like a court litigation between these two. And this was supposed to be a match at Hell in a Cell. Now, we're going to stay here for a bit because we've been talking over the past month of what they're going to do with this Money in the Bank briefcase. Because all three of us knew there was no way in hell that Otis would be representing the Money in the Bank contract and possibly getting a title shot. We said who would be the new recipient of the briefcase. And this match proved that being so, where The Miz ended up getting a victory over Otis by way of Tucker. That's right. Tucker is the reason that Miz is your Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Just to paint the picture, it was Miz's partner, John Morrison, being a distraction. He ended up getting himself thrown out of the match, and Miz was on the tail end of a loss until Otis flinging himself against the ropes, putting his head in between the second and third rope, letting Tucker come out and essentially knock him in the head behind the ref's back with the briefcase, and Miz getting the 1, 2, 3, and the dismay on Miz's face. I just couldn't believe it. Miz is now the Money in the Bank contract holder. Gents, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was tucked up.
Very tucked up, right? Be your own people, man.
All the time, man. The ones closest to you.
Man, come on, man.
I think that there's a trend, and I can't prove right now because I don't have every one of them up, but I feel like somebody who has something of significance every year around this time gets screwed over. and this year just happened to be Otis. I can remember one year being in Jinder Mahal with the championship swap in time to face Brock Lesnar. There's another one that I'm losing it. Right, I'm losing it on it right now. But I think every year around this time, somebody gets kind of screwed over. Like, hey, we're gonna need you to, let go of that for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we can make this money match. We'll come back to you, and they never do.
So now this is going to be Otis's third thing to do. So it was, him and Dolph with Mandy. Now that died. Then he got the Money in the Bank. Now that died.
Mandy's actually still riding for him, though. I'm hearing.
Not on TV, I don't think. I haven't seen her.
She mentions him, but that's all she can do because they're not on the same show.
Wait, look that shit up real quick.
By the way, speaking of the Money in the Bank, I noticed that John Morrison had shaved his face.
Yeah, me too.
First off, he looks 50.
I was Dolph Ziggler for a second. I said, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, I don't like him without his beard, and I'm not talking about Melina.
Breaking news: we do have a question coming in from Abby.
Oh, he knows that we call him a fucking jabron and got his shit together.
All right, no, chill. Finish your thought.
So yeah, there's that, and then there's also what the fuck's next for Otis?
Tucker.
His feud with Tucker.
1-on-1 with Tucker at WrestleMania.
Dude, fucking Tucker's first match as a heel was on Main Event. I don't think that feud has life.
No, you know what was funny though? Did you watch the little promo he cut afterwards?
No.
After the match, he didn't even really believe himself when he was saying these things, and you could tell because he was pulling the old jealous teammate thing. It was always about Otis. Otis got Mandy. Otis got this. Otis got that. But I was just like, yeah, you didn't really have a whole lot of time to practice this, did you, man? You just had to go out there.
Or he can't fucking read and memorize a line. Like, dude, Otis, I don't see him lasting long. If you lose the Money in the Bank briefcase and all that, I honestly cannot see him lasting long.
He is a Eugene with agility. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's a Eugene that's legitimate. He's just, yeah. He's lovable, but that's not an act.
Right. So, I don't think this will go all the way until Mania. Please, God, do not let them go all the way. Where you'll see this probably culminate is probably at Royal Rumble. So you'll probably see these two on matches that don't mean a fuck on Survivor Series, and then the pay-per-view after that. And then you'll get a stare down at Royal Rumble, and then that'll be it.
And they'll both get eliminated by Goldberg.
Exactly. And then back to the fucking dweller that you came in. Cellar dwellers. That's who they are. Do you guys see the upside in this move from Tucker as a singles competitor? Because obviously he's a heel now. And I don't know if they'll have him ditch his gimmick and turn into something new, but I feel like we got a couple Tuckers already. Aleister Black and McIntyre.
You can't ditch something you never had in the first place. That's where I go.
Maybe Tucker's going to get Big Cass treatment.
If we being honest, earlier in the pre-show, you asked who was Tucker.
I forgot.
So that's to let you know how it started and how it's going, right?
Yeah, I guess, man. So Miz. Let's talk Miz. Money in the Bank. He's going for McIntyre, right?
He kind of put both on notice, but it's big right now.
I would assume he's going for WWE Championship.
This is an interesting situation right this second.
Yes.
He's a heel, and both champions are heels.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't want to, say the both champs were heels, but you know what I mean. So, okay, so let's analyze the faces on Raw then. Drew McIntyre, for now.
Uh
I don't know who else.
huh.
After the draft, I have no idea.
Faces?
Big E is on Raw, right?
Big E. But we don't know what Big E is right now.
Is he? Yeah, because I don't know. I know that Keith Lee is on there, but they got him just in La La Land right now too. I don't even think he's winning matches.
No, he fought what's his face yesterday? I can't think of his name. Oh, he fought Elias yesterday. Yeah, he fought Elias, and I don't know what.
But where does he stand? That's the question.
I know exactly where he stands. He stands in the spot of, hey, we're going to make him feel like this guy's important by giving him quote unquote important matches after he debuts, and he's really not important. He's the big guy in the multi-man match that is put in it where you're going to get the stats galore. He's 6'9", 350 pounds. He hails from Kentucky and da-da-da-da-da-da. And no one gives a fuck when it comes to who's actually going to win the match because he's not the guy. So he's out. Bray Wyatt, he's not a face. I don't know who the best face is on Raw right now. I have no idea.
I think Kevin Owens is on SmackDown, correct?
No, I think he's on Raw.
Then he would be a face.
The biggest one?
No, you answered that question already. It's Drew. It's nobody else.
Okay, so now we're going to have to get a new face in there. So how do you work Miz into being a face? Even though he won as a heel. Even though it wasn't his fault. He's got to break away from Morrison.
Well, so they gave Miz this Money in the Bank. A question I have, a side question I've got aside from everything else we're talking about is, does this contract thing reset for Miz, or is he still Otis's time?
It's still Otis's time.
Okay, and when does that end?
June. May or June.
Oh, June. Okay. So this thing that I'm thinking about, since that's been established now, is, do you guys think Miz can be a challenger at WrestleMania for either one of these belts?
Not the main event one. Whichever one goes on mid-card.
So Raw.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my answer. It's an asterisk. Now I'm going to answer your question with the way that people hate, and that's ask you a question. Do you think, or no, I'm going to phrase it differently. How will the celebration for Miz look?
If he wins?
If he wins.
Are there fans? Gotta ask that too.
Valid question. Valid. I think that there will be fans.
Then I think reception will be lukewarm.
Really? Because I'm thinking confetti.
If Miz wins?
He'll make the confetti. He will be the heel, but you know he's going to have confetti and Pyro.
Drew, this is face confetti.
For Miz?
He'll have time to get there.
Oh, no, please no.
We'll have time.
I don't want to see babyface Miz anymore.
Hold on, guys. This is the same Miz who wrestled Braun Strowman along with John Morrison. They couldn't beat him. We're going to forget that?
I don't know
Ric Flair was one of the greatest world champions of all time, lost all of his matches.
Right. Yo, just because he goes in the match with the face doesn't mean he's gonna come out as one. He'll go back to being a heel after he wins it, because that's what's best.
I can see the confetti and everything, but heelish. He has the confetti coming down just because he's, an asshole about it.
it'll be a like a self prop confetti. He'll look like he's like actually like, wow, I can't believe I did it. Wow, guys in the back, you're really my friends. Wow, I love you. Da-da-da. But no, it's really the Miz saying, yeah, I did it on my own. No one else helped me. Wow, I'm really celebrating. I got back to the mountain top and I'm the champion again. It'll be two different optics as far as how his celebration looks. It'll look like a face, even though he's playing one. But when he cuts that promo on Raw the next night, we're getting heel Miz right back. I'm just saying for the months.
Then there's no point. There's no point in changing him. You know, if let's say we do it at WrestleMania, that's what 3-4 months. So you're gonna make him a babyface for 3 months, then turn him right back?
Like 6 months.
So let me ask these couple of questions here. So that's what you're seeing. How do you, isn't the confetti usually saved for the final match of WrestleMania?
Not always.
But wouldn't you though? I mean, because they got to clean it up and then get ready for like someone else after that. Would I mean, I don't. That wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. But if they even do the confetti, who do you see Miz toppling over to get that championship? And it don't have to be Roman or Randy Orton, because we got a couple months until WrestleMania.
I don't know, but I don't see the Miz being in the match.
Oh, so he's gonna pull Seth Rollins.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe okay. Maybe you have I don't know, a face versus a heel, classic match. And if it's a face that deserves to win, let's say it's Edge or whatever. Edge against the confetti, they're dropping their confetti. Maybe it's Edge and Orton. Main event. That's main event. Is it not?
Yeah, but the reason I can't go along with your Miz story.
Well, hold on. That's main event worthy. So let's say Edge wins, you're expecting confetti because it's Edge. But let's say Miz comes out, Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins style, and says, "Give me my fucking confetti. Give me my fucking confetti. Throw it down." As a heel.
Okay, so you're implying that he's going to shift while he has the briefcase.
No, he'll say, "Celebrate me. This is my time. Give me the confetti. I know it's up there. Throw it down. Celebrate me." In a heelish way. Like, he'll celebrate as a heel.
Celebrate what, though?
Him cashing in successfully.
Okay, so all right. So if he comes down, he's cashing in. He's going to do that in a dirty way because he's not going to fight the guy fair. But that's what you're saying.
But his Miz will definitely capitalize on the fourth finisher being done, the fourth RKO. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. That he's not gonna. You say he's gonna be a face up until that moment.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. He's gonna be a baby face.
I'm scrapping that. I'm scrapping that. I'm saying here's how it's gonna work. The build is gonna be Orton versus Edge, WrestleMania. Even if Dwayne comes back, I still think you got a case for this being the main event. Although it's Rock and Roman, kind of hard to argue against that. But let's just say for this conversation, it is Randy Orton and Edge main event. Mm-hmm. We all know, we get it. Main event, WrestleMania, Edge comes back while he got hurt twice. He's back again to reclaim what many people feel is rightfully his, right? We know the confetti is in the fucking rafters. We know it's up there. 28th minute of this match, these guys are spent. Randy's out. Edge just took the fourth RKO. All you hear is, "I came to play." Miz runs out, briefcase in hand, does the skull crushing finale on Edge or Orton, whoever. 1, 2, 3, gets the victory, gets the championship. Celebrate in a Miz fashion where he says, "Let out the fucking confetti. Let it out. Raise it up." And now you have confetti coming down. He's celebrating like an asshole, the way Miz would do it. That's how I think they should do it.
Okay, so I know you're saying whoever could be in the picture, but you're using Orton and Edge, right?
Yes.
I just have one problem with this.
Yes.
Edge isn't here right now. If Edge does return to get this match, they're not gonna squander and let it be in front of fans. They're not gonna squander him that way.
Why not? It's a good way to save Edge.
It's not a good way to say it.
Hey, listen, you know why? Because you know when you get the Edge pop at Royal Rumble, Edge comes back as the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble, wins it, says, I'm taking on Randy Orton. That's his pop right there.
We've already done that. He got hurt in the Rumble. We can't risk it anymore. Got to play it safe.
He didn't get hurt in the Rumble. He got hurt in some bullshit thing on SmackDown.
No, it was during that Rumble match, I think, when he collided with AJ or somebody. He wasn't like hurt to where he couldn't wrestle, but he got like a little injury there. I remember that.
Oh. Well, that's why you come out and have him. I don't know what's the opposite of a schmoz, but you come out and have him do that, where he doesn't really have to touch anybody.
Mac, I think that we can all say from this last 20 minutes, this is why you're not on the writing team.
Hey, listen, man, it worked about 2K11 for GMO.
Oh, you did this one?
Get a boy dream. All right. Moving on from our horribly fantasy book angle with Edge and Orton and Miz. Let's move on to the match that should have main evented.
Hey, look, I'll shoot you some bail with your last long story rant that you had with what's the name of that tag team that's no longer here?
Oh.
No, the guys that look like D'Lo Brown.
You talking about
what was that name? Yeah. So that they're gonna sort of do that now with Roman. So.
I mean, I'm just saying, I had to put the vision out there.
Well, AOP did that with Seth for a week.
No, yeah. But the story was with Roman though, and now it's really it's something like that's gonna happen.
Finally.
I'm just saying, yo, I don't know, it could work. Just saying. All right. Moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match, and boy, did I love the way this shit finished. This should have main evented. No kudos to you, Vince, or who's ever booking this. It was Sasha against Bayley, and Sasha went over. She is now the SmackDown Women's Champion. Man, this was a really good finish. And shout out to Bayley just coming out here with that wagon. The ERV, she got tucked in them joints. See you, Bayley. I mean, face longer than Bayley too, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
This was the best match of the night. It's definitely Mania worthy. I stand by that, and I say it before, I'll say it again. Sasha gives everybody their best match.
Yeah. This match lived up to the billing. You almost hate that it was at Hell in a Cell and not at WrestleMania, because these are the matches that we deserve at WrestleMania, not at an October pay-per-view. But we're not going to digress. The finish, I think, was the highlight of the night, where it was the bank statement and the way that she was kicking that chair. Oh, man. I felt for your girl. I was like, I know your chain got to be fucked up, ma.
I just thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. The only criticisms I have, if any, is Sasha did one too many, whatever you call those moves, the knees, and Bayley took too long with that duct tape. Other than that, I have no complaints about this match. The utilization of the cell, everything else is perfect to me.
This match made me forget about Charlotte Flair. It made me forget about Ronda Rousey. It made me forget about Becky Lynch. It made me forget that there were other women in the company, because those two left it all on the line. They made me feel like that they were the only women, that they were the alphas in their respective sport. That's how you want to feel when you watch a high caliber pegged wrestling match, and that's what you got with these two women.
It's funny you say that because while I don't think that they forgot about Becky, Charlotte, or Ronda, they have forgotten about everybody else. All the rest of the women on the roster. They showed that.
The only women's match of the night. Yeah. They definitely did forget about everybody else. This is now dead. They're already moving on to something else, which I like. Drew, you were adamant that Bayley was going in as WrestleMania as champion.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that she lost, but that match was really fucking good. I'm not upset that she lost because at least she lost in a good match, and it was a good showing for both of them. I'm excited to see where this feud actually goes now. For once,
she had it a long time. I think that this one is going to spread out slowly. So the next encounter probably will be, I don't know, December or January, and then it may stretch to Mania. It possibly could.
You still think this is going?
With them two, I don't. I know this looks like a blow off match because of the way they started on a high note. But I don't think they're just going to go consecutive matches. I think they're going to spread this out. A period of, I think because based off what we saw, they're going to try to squeeze two more out of this. That's just what I feel.
Okay, so are we going to get a better match than Mania? Because if they are going to spread it out, 6 months later would kind of be around the time where that third match would happen.
At Mania, yeah. So you got, two women's championships. Like, don't forget, you still have Asuka, and you need to give. She'll have one of those three women. Sasha. I'm sorry, not Sasha. Ronda, Becky, or Charlotte. So I'm thinking that one of those three, or somebody new, will come up. That's what I'm thinking. So this one though will have probably, the longest storyline going forward. So I think you'll have something like that, and then it'll be like Asuka will take on a new challenger. So that's where I'm thinking those will go.
Not to get too sidetracked, but damn, if everyone stays healthy, this could be the most stacked WrestleMania card in a while, and depending on who comes back.
I mean, they could do the right thing and give Bianca Belair her shot, but we'll know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that would be nice. Moving on, it was Bobby Lashley taking on Slapjack. Next, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, WWE Championship. Let's talk about it. I know I predicted Orton to win. I forgot who else did too.
I predicted Drew to win, but I thought Orton should win based off stats.
I saw the promo on Raw, and I said, okay, I know who's going to win this match. Because it just looked like the right person was the aggressor in that promo.
Not only that, it's just if you look at their last match, their ambulance match, like who's the heel and face here, but if you just look at what was happening, it looks like Randy was the face.
Right, exactly.
So if you go by that alone, it looks like he's the one that's going to overcome, Drew, and he did. So I'm really not shocked that it happened.
All right, so just jumping into the end here, it was Randy Orton who got a victory as when I saw McIntyre basically after, which I don't know, y'all can confirm this, but did it look like he kind of fell off the cage on purpose, or was that an accident? Like, I feel like that was supposed to be his spot, but he just couldn't hold on.
I thought it was on purpose. I actually hate that spot because I knew 5 minutes before it happened what they were going to do. I was telling myself, in the beginning of the match, actually, I was texting this to Abby. I said, "Damn, Orton may win this because they never played his music." And then when toward the end of the match, I said, "Well, they got the holes cut out in the cage, and no one's climbed it yet." Lo and behold, there goes Randy to climb.
Yeah, they were up there. I mean, I do
Randy
it.
goes to climb it, and then they do that lame spot that everybody does. And I'm just tired of seeing that, so I didn't give it no points. Um, but whatever.
Yeah,
The ending was okay when they got inside the cage again.
well, yeah, because when Drew took, I don't know, well, it was felt like 5-10 minutes for him to get dragged from the table to the ring, and then you saw him reverse the move. I was like, oh, here we go. But I knew when that happened, I said, okay, I know how this is gonna finish. Because then after that, it took like 2 minutes for Orton to get up, and I was like, I know how this is gonna end. And it was Randy Orton with the first RKO in the ring. It got thwarted, and then Orton got knocked down by the what do you call the kick? Claymore. And then Orton was down for like 2 minutes. And instead of going for the pin, we get the celebration in the corner from your boy McIntyre, where he hit up on the R stick and told Orton to get up. Got up, and reversed it, and RKO'd, and there it was. New WWE champion. So, are we going to see Orton against McIntyre at some point again? Because we've gone through the whole card. And so far, we've said Uso and Reigns may continue. We said Sasha and Bayley may continue. And now we're talking about Orton and McIntyre possibly continuing. Is this dead in the water, or what are we doing here?
I think Drew's attention will be redirected for a little bit. I don't know if you caught any recaps of Raw, but Randy Orton's attention is also redirected. So I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. But I caught some I didn't catch Raw itself, but I caught some recaps, and I see where things are going. So
Well, yeah, I saw a segment with two people in it where Orton's attention may be redirected elsewhere.
and I'm glad because I don't want to see Drew and Orton anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm done with it, and they should be too. Drew had a nice lengthy run for a first time. It's unfortunate that he didn't get to do it in front of any fans. But them's are the breaks.
Yep. Drew, any thoughts on this match?
I don't think he should have headlined. It was underwhelming, and I got nothing else for it except next. I don't want to see it again. I don't care for it.
All right,
It didn't leave any impact.
I will ask this because I've been a Randy Orton truth deflector in my time, and Randy Orton is the Randy Moss of wrestling. Plays when he wants to. He's got a championship. What is this, the 14th?
Yeah, tied Triple H.
So he's got another belt. What type of reign are we going to get from Randy Orton?
Can't tell you tight, but I can tell you how long it'll go.
I think, man, will he hold it until Mania? I don't know. I truly don't know.
Yeah, I think he has to. He's there. He's there. If you take, yeah, there's nobody actually to even take out. Randy might be their most senior guy there now.
Unless they move somebody over from SmackDown to Raw, I don't know who else is gonna face him and take the belt. I mean, other than Drew. You okay?
You don't hear that music, man? It's coming all the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what? Who?
It's Vince. Yes. Did she hold us out when Randy went over? All right, Bill. We're hiring you. Come take him out.
Oh no, not Bill. Bill is saved for Roman between now and WrestleMania.
To lose?
Absolutely.
Hell no. Yo, if he loses to Goldberg, I don't want to hear shit.
No. I said Goldberg is gonna be the one to lose in between now and Mania.
Well, what's the point?
Yeah, it's not happening. If Goldberg's coming back, it's to win.
Right.
All right, you guys keep saying that.
Yo, when Swervey says that, you can probably put that in debate.
I
Yeah,
mean,
when he says that, it means it's right.
Just look at like Goldberg isn't that guy anymore. I mean, he's done being a hero for his son, so now it's all business. He just wants a payday. Goldberg's
Yeah,
not that.
but for the money you're paying him, you're not paying a guy to come in to lose. If you want somebody to lose, you could just bring in one of your normal guys.
Drew, he's being brought in to draw butts to seats, nothing more.
There are no butts in seats right now.
Well, he wants what do you call them? Screens to seats. I don't know, but he's gonna lose. It's not like he's coming in to lose to Dolph Ziggler. It's Roman Reigns in a title match that he'll get because it's a money match, and as long as people keep clicking on it, they'll keep doing it.
Well, hold on. Very important question incoming in 3, 2, 1. Is this in between Mania match happening in Saudi Arabia?
I couldn't say for sure, but I think they would like to place it either at Royal Rumble or one of those. I don't think they want to waste it at Saudi Arabia, but they could.
Okay. All right. So let me back up on my stance. I will agree with you if it's a Saudi match or if it's the who gives a fuck non-title defense match at Royal Rumble.
I think it all depends on how Goldberg feels he's going to perform. That's how I think they based these matches where he's going to perform at. If he feels like he's going to be, do all right, then they'll put it at Royal Rumble. If he feels like he's going to do crappy, then they'll put it in Saudi Arabia where the fans don't, maybe they don't know any better about that kind of stuff. I don't know, but that's how I think they make these judgment calls. It's like 53 now, right?
Something like
At
that.
least.
So yeah, this Roman's a heel. So let's just look at that. Goldberg doesn't have to do a whole lot, but get talk smack to, get stomped on. Roman's gonna spam his moves. Goldberg's gonna spam his. I mean, it'll be 7 minutes of work, and he'll get put down.
Well, I just say that maybe it does make sense because I remember the little Twitter spat that they had, which I don't know why, but they just don't want you to forget about it.
Oh, you know why?
And I think it's coming. I mean, gone are the days of big matches on Raw or SmackDown, where it's like, wow, I can't wait for that. Because those days are gone, especially with no fans. Far removed from, I have to tune in to watch, Roman versus Goldberg or SmackDown.
Well, I mean, if you mean gone are the days of big matches on Raw, where they basically hyped you up for a match that started at 11:02, yeah, I'm glad they stopped doing that BS.
Well, no, sometimes the matches start at 10:28. So that was Hell in a Cell. We're in October. We're 2 months away from the 3rd annual Jabronis, where we name recipients of awards like Jabron and Jabronet of the Year, Match of the Year, Superstar of the Year. Any candidates so far for Match of the Year? I feel like there were maybe 2 on this card alone.
I don't know if there were 2, but definitely 1.
Are we talking about just WWE only?
For now, yeah.
Well, I do know that Becky and Sasha match could definitely compete for it. And same with Roman and Jimmy, or Jay, rather.
So you would put Sasha and Bailey in there?
I would throw them in the conversation. I don't know if I would make them a match of the year. I'd have to go back and look at some of the better matches and actually give you a definitive, because, I mean, you know, it's been a long year.
It's been a tucked up year.
Yeah.
Definitely been a tucked up year.
It's hard to just sit there and go, oh, I know which match I would pick, because I can't.
Was AJ and Undertaker at Mania this year?
Yes.
Damn, it's been a long ass year.
Yeah.
That felt like Mania.
Wait, he was?
It was, yeah. That was the first time that somebody did a cinematic match, and now they're all doing it.
The Fiend and Bray Wyatt had their garbage too, then, right? Same thing, same show.
Yeah, the Fiend and John Cena, yeah.
Yeah, Fiend and John Cena. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Wow.
Which I still don't call those matches, but whatever.
Hey, man. There was a winner.
He still didn't beat John Cena.
Any candidates for Jabroni of the year so far?
I have Jabronette.
Can we get it? All right, who's your Jabronette so far?
Lana is locked and loaded, man.
Oh man, let's R.I.P. to Lana, man.
I don't know who's gonna take that crown.
Yo, she has been successfully put through a table for a month and a half straight.
I will say this though. Nikki Cross is a strong runner-up. She's still got time.
Yo. Damn, I might to go with the Nikki because damn, they just do a lot of dirty, man. I was gonna bring that up, like, damn, yo, again. Ever since old boy left, it's like you're the guy who gets killed in Macbeth, and you get handed your paper every week. All right, what am I doing this week?
Going through a table.
Going through a table. Every week. Damn, yo. I couldn't think that there would be a bigger jabron than freaking Natalia, and here comes her friend. Ugh.
Well, it's usually Dana Brooke, right? She's usually the champion in this category, but yeah, I think somebody else will take the crown this year.
Oh, Dana Brooke got 2 jabronettes under her wing?
I believe so.
Damn.
I remember us, because we do the voting system, and each time I bring up Dana Brooke, you guys be like, yeah, you're right.
I feel like Dana Brooke might put her, oh, hold up, oh shit. Jabronettes is coming up. Let me do some jabronette worthy shit. Which there still is time for. Let me just say that.
Oh yeah, she could definitely still, be a triple crown.
Damn. Yeah, so that's in December, which, dude, next week is November. So we're getting to the end, and we're almost not knee deep. We're probably like a toe deep in WrestleMania season right now. So this is coming fast, very fast.
Yeah, after this throwaway pay-per-view, we got one more, and then it's time to get started to wrap up.
Yep.
Vince gonna start making some calls like, "Yo, who we got available?"
Do you think Brock is one of those calls?
I do think Brock is one of those calls, unfortunately.
Now, don't chill. You just said if he's getting paid to come back, he's not getting paid to come back to lose.
Yeah, he's not coming back to fucking TLC to lose.
That's a true statement for Brock Lesnar, but not Goldberg.
But here's the thing. You're paying Goldberg probably the same amount you're paying Lesnar. You're not paying him fucking $400,000 to show up. Like he's probably
Hey,
getting.
listen, I wouldn't be so sure of that. Lesnar, Goldberg doesn't have Heyman in his corner.
He might not, but he does have that appeal. You're not paying him to come in to lose at TLC. Like that's just not happening.
Y'all know how much I love Brock Lesnar, but why do I get the notion that you don't need him this time?
You don't. You really don't.
What you don't need is Brock Lesnar in a title picture, but it's always nice to have him.
But here's what Drew is saying, and I agree. Why is he coming back then?
Yeah, because I mean, you already have Heyman with somebody else. Heyman's with Roman. So if Brock's coming back, he's taking Heyman.
Okay. I'm going to say something, and I do not want you guys to laugh.
You're already laughing.
Kind of hard to do.
Just listen, all right. This would be not for the championship, not for a championship. So I gotta preface that first because I know you're gonna bust out.
We fantasy booking down, all right, man.
What?
We fantasy booking down.
No, this is fantasy booking, but I'm just gonna say if Lesnar was to come back, he would face the leader of the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley.
You couldn't even say it with a straight face. You don't want us to laugh?
Yo, listen. Bring up the status of the 24/7 championship and put it on the leader of the Hurt Business so Brock can come back and take that belt too.
Yeah, Brock's going to win the 24/7 championship before he fucking faces MVP.
I'm talking Bobby Lashley.
He's still
Bobby Lashley's not the leader of the Hurt Business. MVP is.
No, he's not. He's just a voice.
No, that's what the leader is.
No.
Listen, MVP already said he was the lead. Bobby Lashley was the lead lion, bro.
Drew, watch this. Even though The Rock was the voice, Swervy, who was the leader of Nation of Domination?
It was Farouk till they kicked him out.
So you got to look at it like that. Yeah,
Rock
was the voice.
The Rock was the leader once Farouk was kicked out. But Farouk was the voice of the nation while he was the leader. He was always the first one on the microphone.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
That's the voice.
No, this is different. Bobby Lashley's the leader. He just can't talk. MVP doesn't get out there. He doesn't have the championship around his waist, so he's not the leader. Bobby Lashley does.
Because Bobby Lashley is a U.S. champion, right?
Yes, not MVP.
All right, I can dig that. But him coming back to take on Lashley, hell no.
All right, whatever, man. I don't have time to, you know. I don't have time for this right now.
Once a year from you, man. I mean, you hate Brock so much, but you want him in the spot with Lashley.
I don't hate Brock. You guys gotta let me just clear the air once again. I hate Brock taking championship matches away from other people. That's what I hate. I don't mind Brock being there. He don't need the belt.
If you were Brock Lesnar, would you come back for something lesser than the belt?
See, you got to stop viewing it like that, man. That's your problem.
I mean, I don't know how that's my problem when that's been the blueprint for the past.
It's not lesser than the belt. If you have another wrestler on my status who can draw money, that's really all it's about at my stage. If I'm Brock Lesnar in that career, did Kurt and Shawn need a belt? Did Sting and Triple H need a belt?
Triple H always had the belt.
Listen, in that match they didn't. Rock and John Cena didn't need a belt. Taker and CM Punk didn't need a belt. I mean, I can go on forever.
But you know why? You know why he needs a belt? Because he's a small guy.
Who's the small guy?
Angle, HBK, Triple H. Those aren't big guys.
The problem is that
I said they didn't need a belt.
Brock for the last
and come back. Because they can do more than what Brock can do in the ring. Brock's very limited in the ring. I don't think we're going to argue that.
For the last half a decade, we've been building Brock as this unstoppable monster. You know, if he's coming back and there's
all
no
the time.
what's that?
Who gets stopped all the time? Go ahead.
The guy who beat the Undertaker, who held the belt for so long, who crushed John Cena, all this stuff. If he's coming back for no belt, why? And also the price tag during a pandemic when you can't fill the seats, they're not fucking paying him to come in to lose when they can't fill the seats. It's not fucking happening.
You keep saying lose. Listen, it's like you guys don't understand what marquee matches are.
Marquee matches are fine, but if you already have guys who can fill that marquee match, why are you bringing in a guy for 7 figures?
Who do you have that can fill it? Who do you have that can fill it? Who? Who'd you say?
Roman.
No, he has the belt. I'm talking about something other.
So you can find somebody to face him. You
know how to stack you know how to stack a card instead of putting everything in one?
At the same time, if you can't put fans in the seats, if for some reason we're still not letting fans in and next year's WrestleMania, then there's no fucking way you can have Brock Lesnar there. Not going to work because of the fact that if Brock Lesnar is there, he's costing you way too much money. You're not making any money by filling the seats. You're not making any money off ticket sales. So why do you have him there?
Guys, I have a solution. Here's how you make all sides happy.
He fought Dean Ambrose for no belt.
Yeah, and that sucked.
Drew, you keep going in and out, bro.
Why?
You keep going in and out.
Hang on.
In and out like the burger.
So here's how you make this work. You're gonna hate me. But Brock comes back. No belt involved. To tie a bow on the story that can only be told in a cinematic fashion against Mark, the dead man, Calloway.
I think you can say Mark Henry.
That would suck because I don't think Brock has cinematic skills. He has zero.
It is a graveyard or boneyard match between The Undertaker and Heyman. And we're not asking Brock to be heavily involved in a physical match. We know Undertaker's going to get his ass whooped by Brock Lesnar if it was a live match. So that's not realistic. You could save face from both of these guys. And I don't know, maybe you bury The Undertaker and that's how he's leaving the company because I think he's done.
Taker should get buried next month. But is that something you want to see? You want to see Brock versus Taker in a cinematic match?
I'm just thinking of the legacy. It's bigger than me.
If Brock has to be there, who do you want to see him face?
We're talking strictly non-title?
Whatever you want. If Brock has to be there, what do you want him to be doing?
I don't want him to face Roman. That's the one. I don't want him to face the Raw champ because I've got my men's angle booked.
Oh, yeah. You think that's going down, huh?
I mean, a boy could dream. Damn.
Rematch with Drew? I mean, what do you got?
Cena?
You said Cena?
Yeah.
So you're going to bring back both Brock and Cena.
You want to make 2 phone calls, huh?
Yeah.
Now, in your defense, and Drew, hope you listen, I'll go on to say that's what a marquee match is. That does not need a championship behind it. Those 2 names alone will put butts in seats. Don't know why they're fighting, but it would work.
I don't want to see Brock compete for a championship because I just think that there are other guys in line that deserve it more than him, and I don't think he's on the path that they're going on.
Oh, now you see this in 2020.
Well, now last year October, yeah, I could see holes in the story all over the place that needed to be filled by Brock. Now, not so many holes.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, you got the story with Big E. Don't fumble that. You've got the Miz now with this Money in the Bank. You've got Drew. You've got Orton. You've got AJ, who's now on Raw. Who I don't know if he wants to be involved back in that picture, but you got guys there. You've got people there. You've got 2 years worth of material with Roman on SmackDown alone. Now you got Seth over there too. You've got people.
They absolutely may have a Keith Lee Big E standoff in Survivor Series. Now that I'm thinking about it. And I don't even know if E's in any type of Survivor Series match, but they just might do it.
I guess. Drew, what do you got for AEW?
All right, let me pull up AEW right now. By the way, can you hear me better now?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a piss break while I do that.
Wow. All right, so AEW, we start off with the first match in the tournament to crown the number one contender for the world title. Jungle Boy taking on Wardlow. Wardlow gets the win. Not the best match to start off an event. I didn't really care for it too much. Kind of knew that Wardlow was going over just because of the fact that Wardlow's undefeated and Jungle Boy is half his size, but Wardlow does get the win. Next match that we have. Now, here's something. You always called Sunny Kiss the Concrete Rose, and I always thought that was just like some derogatory term or something that was like, an outside reference until he came to the ring and they called him the Concrete Rose Sunny Kiss. And I went, holy shit, that's his actual fucking nickname.
Yeah.
So Sunny Kiss is filling in for Joey Janela, who is not at the show because of COVID. He doesn't have COVID, but he did come in contact with somebody who had it. So he is in quarantine. So Sunny Kiss is taking on Kenny Omega in the first round match for the tournament. As soon as Omega gets in the ring, he squashes Sunny Kiss. Knees in the face, hits the one-winged angel, and definitely making him look like he is, God's favorite. What's that?
I said, is he making him look like a kiss from a rose?
Yeah, shut the fuck up. So what we get is this tournament is going to be, the finals is going to be at the next pay-per-view Full Gear. They announced during the show that the main event for Full Gear is Jon Moxley taking on Eddie Kingston. Sorry. I was watching Impact the other day. My bad. Anywho, we do get promos, like backstage vignettes from both guys. Eddie Kingston, once again, is cutting the promo of his life every fucking week. Fantastic promo work. And really builds this up, even though, he's only been with the company for a couple months. Moxley, once again, is showing off his skill as well. His vignette takes place in a bar where he basically just is very, instead of being like energetic and crazy, he just is like, matter of fact, I'm going to beat your ass. Last time we faced off, you didn't quit, but, you went to sleep. This time I am going to make you actually quit. So it's gearing up to be something good. Next match, first round match that we have is Penta L0M taking on his brother Ray Phoenix. This was definitely so far the best of the tournament matches. Ray Phoenix gets the win. However, we did just learn a couple days ago that he has dropped out of the tournament because he got injured during this match. So Penta L0M is taking his place and facing Kenny Omega next week. The last qualifier. What's that?
Competitor. Lord forbid a real competitor that they have pegged for the final four or final two get hurt.
Well, I mean, it would work out if he wasn't just a spot monkey where every single move is his highest flying spot. And if he actually did, normal move that doesn't get him injured, he might not be hurt, but that's the way it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Last
back.
Jesus Christ.
It's better than ever.
Wow, that was like, did somebody pop on a WWE Anthology? Like, oh my God, that's like the actual theme music. That was great. Final first round match, Hangman Page taking on Colt Cabana. Backstage, Colt Cabana's with the Dark Order. Dark Order, John Silver talks about how he doesn't even like Colt Cabana. All he needs to focus on is winning the tournament and AEW championship. Brody Lee is going to win back the TNT championship. And him and Alex Reynolds are going to win the tag titles. And Dark Order is going to be on top. And the entire time I'm just thinking, why is Colt Cabana going for the world title? And Brody Lee, the leader of this group, is going for the TNT championship. But whatever. Hangman Page eventually gets the win. It's Colt Cabana in this match, so I could give two fucks. I really don't care about these two. I care about Hangman. I just don't care about Colt Cabana. And then we get to Le Dinner Debonair. Chris Jericho and MJF. Did either of you guys see anything of this?
No, I meant to go back to this before the assignment was due, but I ran out of time.
So the best part about what's that?
Let me just say, what the fuck?
The best part about this is that it probably gave Jim Cornette an aneurysm. So we start off with the two sitting there. Chris Jericho asked for his steak well done. MJF asked for his medium well. Chris Jericho asked for his medium. MJF asked for his medium rare. Chris Jericho asked for his rare. And MJF asked for his raw. And then they start like, oh, why are we doing this dick measuring contest? We're both the best things in the world and yada, yada, yada. And then they break off into a musical number. And how do I want to put this? It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but at this point of the year, I'm kind of done with the whole straight to DVD cinematic stuff that wrestling companies are putting out, where everything is, pre-taped. Like this, I guess they actually finished taping this like 20 minutes before they went on. So they cut it pretty close, but I don't know. I thought it was cringy as fuck.
Well, why? Was it the choice of song or the lyrics or what made you think?
It was the choice of song, the dancing, the Rockettes. Chris Jericho is talking during the singing where you could tell he's giving like a "What are you doing, MJF?" like one of those carny like voices. I just thought the whole thing was very just. I get that they are letting their talent come up with their own shit, but at some point they have to sit there and go, okay, come up with your own shit, but run it by us first before you film it. Because this you could tell is Chris Jericho shit. He loves being this corny stuff, but it wasn't for me.
Yo, it was hard to watch. And it was even harder to just say, damn, they're really going off the air with this.
They didn't go off the air with that.
They didn't?
No.
Sounds like Mac went off the air with it.
Sure.
So after this, we have Dr. Britt Baker in action. And during this time, she sees these guys eating their steak. She goes, man, I'm hungry. I wonder if I can run somewhere while they're doing this little dance number. What's the closest thing nearby? Only restaurant nearby the arena is a Denny's, man. All right. So I'm going to have to get some ham and eggs.
The way he pulls you in with this.
Yeah, because I thought she really said that.
Oh, Drew, I like that, man. You sold me, bro. I literally thought that
as soon as he said Denny's, I said, God damn it, I got again.
I'm like, what is she doing next to Jericho and MJF? Oh, that was good.
So, she makes this jobber give up with her version of the mandible claw, known as a lockjaw. Quick match. Huh?
Said bite down. Kodak, baby.
The main event of this of this show was a 4-way tag team match to declare number one contenders for FTR's belts. We had Private Party, the Young Bucks, the Butcher and the Blade, who have Allie back with them apparently, and Alex Reynolds and John Silver. The high point of this match was at one point one of the guys from the Dark Order got knocked the fuck out. And they just kept going. Like he was fucking toast. And they were just like, fuck it. We're just going to keep going. Anyway, the Young Bucks eventually get the win. Then FTR comes in the ring to kind of like congratulate them, hands them some beers, they pour it out. And they get attacked by the timekeeper with the ring bell. FTR beats them down. It's revealed that the timekeeper is actually Tully Blanchard. They put a chair around Matt Jackson's ankle and jump from the turnbuckle, trying to break his leg. That old gimmick. That's how we go off the air with the Young Bucks, who, by the way, have been going on for the last 4 or 5 weeks, turning heel, and now we're supposed to have sympathy for them. That's where we go off the air, and that's what pisses me off. You shouldn't be doing a sympathetic role with the guys that you've just been teasing as a heel turn for the last 5 weeks.
Maybe they are the big shows of the tag division.
Well, it seems like they're the bookers, and it's like, hey, somebody needs to go heel, or somebody has to go babyface, and we want the cheers.
They haven't booked themselves into a tag team championship match yet, have they?
They've been in a championship match, but they haven't had the belts.
Whoa. In case you missed it, Swerve, there were 2 competitors in the tournament that got hurt. One didn't participate due to COVID. He didn't have it, but somebody around him may have been exposed to it. And Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. John Moxley, is taking on, you got the name stuck up, or not stuck up, stuck in my head, and I'm confused now, Drew. Who is he?
Well, Joey Janela was the one who was exposed to the COVID, and then Sonny Kiss took his place, and then Penta L0M won his match. I'm sorry, Ray Phoenix won his match, got injured during the match, so he dropped out, and his brother Penta L0M, who lost, will be taking his place now.
So was that the end of AEW?
Yep, that was the end of Dynamite.
Did you mention Miro at all?
I didn't see him at all.
Wow. Starting to think the grass wasn't greener.
Well, he was on the previous week, and I know that he's feuding with Best Friends. So it looks like they're going to be doing something at the pay-per-view at least. But he wasn't on this episode.
Well, hey, these WWE guys keep coming over, and I'm just like, not enough TV for you. But apparently, AEW is close to getting I believe they're in talks for a second weekly show.
So they're already supposed to get the second weekly show before COVID hit. And then what happened is that the executive at Turner, who was really like their biggest supporter, was removed. So now it was kind of up in the air. But yeah, it looks like they are in talks to get them a second show now, especially once COVID is over. In the meantime, we're just waiting for, COVID to kind of clear up so that second show actually has fans in the stands.
Yeah, they're going to need a second show because if they're going to keep giving every pay-per-view one or two WWE guys, I don't know how the 2 hours of airtime that they have to fill with the originals and then the free agents. I don't know how that's going to help anybody.
So here's the thing. When we talk about, Miro being on the show, I think it's a good thing that he's not on the show right now because, if he was in a top spot, then they'd be criticized for every WWE guy coming over is getting a push. It's
Miro on the wall. Who's the most over of them all?
He's not, though. I mean, yeah, he came over. He's in a spot, but it's not like a top spot. It's not like, Impact, where every time they got a WWE guy, he got a title shot.
Like Ambrose? Like Jericho?
Ambrose is a former world champion. I mean, he's a recognizable name. He's going to get a title shot.
Hey, man, Rusev had a tank. We're going to put some respect on his name.
Rusev had a tank. Rusev also fucked in that tank. So, I mean, I am going to put some respect on that name.
I'm just saying, we've got 4 examples of former WWE superstars competing for the creme de la creme of the new brand's championship.
But once again, like I was saying,
top shelf,
Yeah, you do have recognizable guys from WWE winning the belt because, of course, you do need to get exposure out there. But you're not having guys like Zack Ryder win the belt. You're having guys like Jericho and Moxley win the belt. They are recognizable faces. But, I mean, you're not having guys like Zack Ryder and Miro win it.
I was really impressed with Jake Hager coming to AEW because I thought, you could really get a second life, over here as far as the wrestling.
Are you still impressed?
Say it again?
Are you still impressed?
No.
Because he's
but don't
still
forget, Jake Hager is also training still for MMA. So he can't devote his entire time to AEW. Same with Miro. Miro didn't come over to work, a huge schedule. His Twitch thing is his main priority. And he's already confirmed that. So a lot of these guys coming over, they're not looking to be the top guy.
Well, he debuted like he was, though.
I mean, you got to bring him in on top.
That's what she said.
Then do have him come in on dark? Like, come on.
Well, I mean, that's your primary job. What do you care if you sharpen the pencils or not?
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't care. He's probably happy in the spot. He's on TV, he's able to do what he wants to do. He's able to kind of say what he wants to say on TV. He doesn't need to be a top guy. He has his primary job, and this is just something to do so that, he can still be in wrestling while doing his Twitch.
If I am let me not just say wrestler, but if I am a talented wrestler, which Rusev Miro is, I'm not gonna, waste it away, just being happy to be there.
But that's the thing. Yeah, he is a talented wrestler, but does he want to be a top guy? Does he want to be that guy who's on every single episode in the main event constantly? Or does he want to be that guy who's just helping out? Hey, I'm a talented guy, can help get people over, but this thing that I'm doing over here is my main job.
So you're saying he left Twitch?
I mean, I'm saying that when he left, he realized that he's really good at Twitch and it's a great income, but it is something that does require a lot more time than AEW. Because if you do want to get a big following on Twitch, you do have to do it very often. It's not something where you just do once a week and get a good following.
Yeah, but my thing is though, I mean, you know, you can be great in AEW and then focus on Twitch later. Twitch will always be there.
Yeah, but you're not going to have the following if you just come back to it later. Like if he is building an audience there,
you
he has
still
to
make
build an
appearances out there. But I'm saying your greatest chance of a big payday is AEW, not Twitch.
Is it?
Yes, because it don't work that way for everybody on Twitch, even if you are somewhat popular.
But if you are popular and you do get a big following, you do get sponsorship, it can actually be bigger than wrestling. I mean, if somebody like Paige is getting 40,000 a month on Twitch, I mean, that's pretty good. Like,
so that's not a fair statement. We all know Paige.
We all know Rusev.
Why
no,
not Twitch?
Paige has boobs. Let's not do that.
Hey, that's why he has Lana on his streams.
I'm just saying, Drew, he could focus on Twitch 100% then. If that's the case.
But I mean, you're still arguing with me on this. I mean, if he is focusing on that 100%, he doesn't need to be on every single episode of Dynamite.
Well, you know what? The story at the end of the day is going to be the one to tell you if he does or if he doesn't.
Okay.
Not me.
I mean, you know, you can be
the right room can kill you or it can make you.
A lot of guys are going to AEW mainly for the fact that they don't have to work 300 days a year. You know, Santana Ortiz, that was one of their big things of not going to WWE when they left Impact. They didn't want to be away from their family 300 days a year. You know, they're not on every episode of Dynamite. That's fine with them. They don't have to be on every episode.
I hear you.
Not everyone can be a top guy and the main eventer. So if you're not going to be, you might as well focus on your other job.
I'm just saying, can't wait till Rusev is put in that spot where AEW is now the front seat and, you know, Twitch is the back seat. It's not, you know, 50-50 anymore.
Well, if that ever happens, he'll have to decide, but
then he's finding himself working like he did in WWE.
How? They don't do house shows. They have no intention of doing house shows. So why would they become like WWE, where you're working 300 days a year?
I hear you, bro. Politicians don't have any intention of doing certain shit, and guess what? Guess what we doing, y'all?
But here's the thing. When you sign a contract, it has the amount of dates you're working. It specifically says in that contract, you're working X amount of dates.
I'm just saying, Drew, don't be surprised if the shit switch up. I see the same thing happen today.
You just keep on like saying, oh, don't be surprised if this happens. Don't be surprised if that happens. If he signs in his contract that I'm working a certain amount of dates, they're not going to tell him, oh, by the way, you know how we said we're going to only have to be working 50 dates a year?
Drew,
that's switched to 300 now.
It's dead, Drew. Let it go, man. It's all right. Just let it go.
Hey, man. Same shit happened to Kane, man. Damn.
He's no longer serious. Oh my god.
Yo, I was browsing through the dirts to get some dirt, right? And I saw a picture that I was taken aback by. And I thought I was like in 2009 again. Well, not 2009. I'll say 2013. But yo, when the hell did the New Day become tag team champions?
I thought they were. Yeah, I thought they became tag team champions when they broke them up. Like they won the belts, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, Big E's drafted to Raw."
But I saw a picture of Kofi and Xavier standing there with the belts on their waist, and they're
Yeah.
going to be free profits.
They won them that same night that Big E was traded to Raw.
I think
I gotta be honest. I don't remember Xavier coming back.
Yeah, he came back like that same show.
Wait, I thought Kofi was hurt too.
Kobe was only hurt for a couple weeks.
The only thing I heard about Kobe was his pride after that title match.
Then I saw, and that's why I didn't want him to win it, because I saw the shit coming. Oh, damn, that was this year too, wasn't it? No,
No, that was in front of fans.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
no, when he lost it.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. He only held it for like a few months.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know they came back though and won the championships.
Yeah.
Okay. I was lost because I was like, how the hell is this a thing? Whatever. Drew, you don't have any dirt today, right?
I can't find any.
Drew,
I can tell you
never
that
been in a history of this show dirtless.
Mia Yim, who's in
There you go.
what is it? Which
Well,
group?
hold on, Drew. You gonna break tradition, bro?
It's not even dirt. I'm just giving her fucking name that she's with now that she's in what is it? What the fuck is this group called again? Retribution?
Yeah.
Her name is Reckoning. So the female in that group is Reckoning.
So
Okay.
she's guys now.
Day of Reckoning. I like it.
Well, I do have a piece of dirt, and I ain't taking a shower in about 4 days, so you know I want to get dirty.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I appreciate that for being on point, man. That was nice. The only piece of dirt that I have to share, I'm never the one with just the dirt, but it's that the Thunderdome that is used by the WWE is set to be exiled by December. That's right. They're getting rid of the Thunderdome, allegedly. It's going to be a new venue that it's moving to. So they're getting rid of what they're doing in the Amway Center. And they're talking possibly running venues in North Kakalaki, which is North Carolina, Illinois, and Texas. So they're looking to find a venue that has no sports teams playing and one that can accommodate the weight and the power that the requirements that the Thunderdome have. So they're trying to get a newer looking arena. And also it needs to be a major travel city. So Houston, Chicago, Charlotte, those would be the areas that have been reported for the new Thunderdome. I don't know when fans are coming back, but they're saying November 23rd will probably be the last day that a show would be in the Amway Center, which is in Orlando.
So the reasoning that they are moving them, by the way, is because of NBA purposes. Because if the NBA season is not going to be taking place in a bubble, then the Magic are going to need the Amway Center. That's the main reason why they are moving, by the way.
Which I honestly think NBA, do not mess this up. You've got the blueprint. Do not mess this up. Now, you don't want one city for a bubble. But what you may need to do is you may need to truncate the cities that you're playing in and switch from 30 to maybe 8 and do it that way. Maybe they need to be bordering cities where travel is going to be less impacted, where you're not letting people get their Dwayne Haskins on and call up randos to the hotel rooms, or sneaking people on team buses, like was done in Seattle.
Well,
But
that's going to happen regardless because the NBA players, remember what happened with the Phoenix Suns? They ran the train on that one Instagram model.
who the hell was that?
The Phoenix Suns. That's why they went undefeated in that bubble round. They had that one Instagram model who blew all of them.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know what her name is.
Right there.
She's just Instagram thought. I mean, number 700.
Are you being right now? Are you being facetious?
No, I'm honest. Let me pull up her name.
Showing support for the team.
Model that blew Phoenix Suns roster. Ayajae. Ayyyejae.
Wait, what?
Ayyyejae is her name. She hooked up with 7 of the Phoenix players in one single night, was disowned by her parents, and fired by her employer after she stated that she blew 7 players.
So it was only like mostly starters and stuff, right? It wasn't everybody.
I mean, what's a team? Like 12 people? So, I mean, she blew most of them.
There's a video of this?
I mean, there's a video of her, like, talking on a podcast revealing it.
All right, here we go. Yes, this is the No Jumper podcast, or I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this.
Oh, you pulled it up?
I didn't see this. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, these Shorty got the Drake owl tattooed on her ass. Okay. So this is from TotalProSports.com. I'm going to read the article. It's very quick. Aliza, I don't know, is that her first name or last name? Anyway, it says that she's living the good life right now. If you're not familiar with that it's the same, whatever, that young ho, I don't know what they meant to say, but it's the same young lady who went super viral for telling a story of going down on 7 members of the Phoenix Suns a few years back. So no, this didn't happen in Corona times, Drew.
Hold on.
All right, so okay, here we go. She stated that the Sun superstar had already heard about her, and he wanted to have oral and intercourse. All of his teammates were seated around the bed and wanted to run a train on the young lady.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She said she didn't want to do it. This grammar is terrible. She says she didn't wanted to do it at first, but changed her mind. Booker was first up as she rotated between the guys. And there's a video of her telling the story. Let me just say the No Jumper podcast is not my cup of tea. It is messy. It is slanderous. It is just all the way wrong. And it's with people who are vultures, who don't want to use their platform to come up for what they do. That's, genuine. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, so yeah, it didn't happen during COVID, but I mean, it might as well because that's fucking weird.
They might as well call this podcast the All Holes podcast. Because every time I look up, it's a hole on here. Telling their story. But yeah. I don't know if the NBA is going to come back to do 30 cities. I don't know. I don't think so. especially with the numbers spiking up like it's been. I don't know.
I mean, NFL's able to do it. MLB was able to do it. I think if the players are smart, the only thing is they have to be disciplined. That's the big thing, and I don't know if NBA players can be that disciplined. I know that a lot of them, might sit there and go, well, "Find me. What do I fucking care?" So that might be an issue.
I just know this much. WrestleMania is definitely probably looking like another virtual event.
Unless they get that vaccine, as soon as the election's over. So you got about another week before we get a vaccine out.
Come through, Trump. Trump, listen. Vince is your man. You probably chill with Vince. Y'all probably listen to the No Pyro podcast and have a good fruit cracks. Listen, here's what you do. I need back pay on that stimmy, bro, because you've been fucking me for the past couple months. I'm gonna need $3,000 minimum. I don't need to file this to IRS. I need $3,000 minimum, maybe $5,000 minimum. Huh? Okay. I need three or $5 minimum, and I need a vaccine produced. That's all I'm asking for, Trump. If you bad like you say you are, I need $5K, maybe $7,000, and I need a stimmy, or I need a vaccine. Not for me, for people around me, because I ain't taking that shit.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be just like a handful of people getting that vaccine at first. Like, no, you can get that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Kodak, the camera company, was involved in the trials as far as releasing the vaccine.
That's fucking crazy because they haven't made shit in years.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. So, be that as it may. I'm trying to think. Do we have any? So we got Raw. Well, you guys want to get into that?
God damn. Yeah.
Right?
Well, this is Cliff Notes. So you said, Swerve, earlier that Orton's attention was probably going to be taken off of McIntyre now.
Right. And McIntyre was momentarily distracted, I guess you could say, as well. So.
And why is that? Why do you think that?
Because I know that Ms. McIntyre had an encounter, and the Fiend is back to, rehash old feelings, I suppose, in a different light, a red light, if you will.
Mm.
If you recall back to that terrible, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. The Orton and Bray Wyatt feud, where Orton took the belt off Bray.
Please, no.
That was the last time, just so everybody knows, that I was rooting for Bray Wyatt.
As old folks say, heavens no.
That's when everything, all faith and everything died for him. But yeah, so it looks like the Fiend and Randy Orton will be a thing sometime after Survivor Series, perhaps. They're starting to plant the seeds.
Well, if it is, then that looks like we're going to get 3 matches between those two gentlemen.
You think that's a 3-match program?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, the man's cutting promos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not denying any of that. I'm just saying that Randy Orton just got this belt, right? Let's look at it this way. Randy Orton just got this belt. And how do you get 3 matches out of a character, although he is a face now, that is supposed to be no selling. I don't see this belt going back and forth.
Well, he has been selling recently. The last few matches, the Fiend has been selling.
Okay, so they didn't completely squander him now. They just basically took the mask off Kane, took the hair off. He's talking. That's what you're telling me.
Well, now he's kind of like he's like Finn Balor when he puts up on the makeup. You know, it's like when Ash Ketchum fucking flips the hat backwards. It's like, okay, now it's game time. It's okay. You beat me now that I have my vest on, but now I have the scary mask on, and it's game time now. Yeah, I'll still sell for you, but it's game time.
Speaking of selling, not to switch topics, but has anyone noticed? I don't know if they watched the match with Keith Lee and Braun Strowman. Yo, well, first let me ask: did anyone see that match?
No.
I don't recall.
This happened. I think it might have been last Monday night. Anyway, Keith Lee no-sold the pin by Braun Strowman, and they still called it a 3. He kicked out, but they still counted it as 3 because he no-sold the shit out of it.
Oh, so he pulled a Hulk Hogan in Toronto?
Pretty much, it was because Braun had a low blow, and I don't know if that was planned, but he lost. But Keith Lee kicked out at 2, but the ref still counted it as 3. And I just thought that was funny that happened. I don't know if Strowman is reportedly an ass to work with, but maybe Keith Lee thinks so.
They've said stuff like that before, though.
About Strowman?
Yeah, where he gets in his own way and all that kind of stuff. I've heard those kind of things about him before.
Yeah, I've told you that. Yeah, no, he's definitely been the type of guy who gets in his own way. Whether it's showing up late to shows, whether it's, saying the wrong lines, the wrong things that Vince doesn't want to hear. Whether
I
it's
got half a brain that you got.
or whether it's just, him just having a higher opinion of himself than maybe some other people think. Like, yeah, you could be Mr. I'm going to work only at WWE all you want, but if you show up and you're too self-entitled, it's like, it's not a good look.
Got you. I think what else do we have from Raw or SmackDown? Anything?
Drew McIntyre stabbed Randy Orton in the eye with a pen. That was something.
Oh, okay.
That happened at the end of Raw. Lana went through another table.
Yeah, I think she qualified for the Pyro Series matchup too by doing that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she became the captain of the Women's Survivor Series team. Yeah,
Lana.
I'm not sure what the tables angle and her progressing is, but it's a thing.
It seems like it's just like a running gag now.
Kind of like how they tried to make Titus fall every couple times when she fell that one time.
Yeah, or when Curtis Hawkins lost every match, and then it's like, it just becomes a thing. I just gotta lose.
So we're getting 5 on 5, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So Lana, Bianca, Natalya, Tamina. No, I don't know about Tamina. Maybe Nia Jax if Tamina's involved. Trying to think who else. Dana Brooke.
Possibly.
And Nikki Cross, and I'm probably forgetting one or two people. But yeah, in other words, a throwaway match. No real singles competitors in this match. Anything on the SmackDown side that we want to bring up or mention?
I think that we brought everything up.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, since the pay-per-view happened, it really don't really make it. I don't think it makes sense to cover it because it, right?
Right now, I don't think so. I'm just I'm excited for the months to come. I say this every year though. They just have to do it right. They end up flubbing it, so we'll see what happens. But let's get to Abby's question.
All right.
Did he send an email or text?
Text.
Okay.
Abby says, "For the pod, I've made two poor life choices in the past 48 hours. Watching Hell in a Cell on Sunday night, then today consuming three $1 frozen burritos washed down by a bottle of Mountain Dew and topped off with a sleeve of soft baked cookies." Damn, a whole sleeve.
Damn, Abby, what the fuck?
Both I could not wipe from my memory or rear end without getting some of my fingers.
Ugh.
I should have chosen better. I blame no one but myself. What poor life choices did you all make this weekend?
God damn, Abby, you're a fucking savage.
Abby, I think you now know how it feels for a woman to give birth because I'm pretty sure that it came out. Oh man,
The whole tube, right?
oh man. Listen, I bet it was concrete. This weekend I ate terrible. I ate bad. My gastro system said, "Yo, bro, you ain't ate this bad ever in life." I ate like shit, and I do not forgive myself for it. It was so fucking good, but I will not do it again. It was bad. And I'm with you, Abby. I wasn't eating Dollaritas though, but oh, yeah, Dollarita Drew. That's it.
There we
Ah,
go.
that was your day. I'm trying to think of a
But yeah,
poor choice that I made this weekend. I'm not. I can't think of anything at this moment. Give me a few more seconds. Maybe I can come up with something.
I ate good. I ate real good, but man, it was oh man.
I mean, this weekend I had Olive Garden, so I mean that might be it.
Oh, you know what? I didn't make a poor choice this weekend, but I did make one today.
And what's that?
That was eating pork and beans because ever since this podcast started, I've been letting them fly.
Come
Oh,
on.
and I thought you were just playing the Xbox, but I guess those are farts.
Nah,
Is
man,
it
those weren't clicks. Those were applause.
are you at the point where you're farting to the point where you're discussing with yourself? Like, oh, can't believe that's me.
Nah. I only ate half the can, but there's times
Oh,
where I let one out. I'm like, damn, it's like I opened up a bad refrigerator.
come on, man.
Huh?
Yeah, stuff. Yeah, what the question was though. Uh, definitely, definitely. 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be making some real bad decisions when these systems get dropped, and I want to be left the hell alone. And it's just like whatever's in the kitchen.
Oh my God, your diet gonna be terrible.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be Michael Jackson bad. Um, I can't say I'm looking forward to it. Maybe it shouldn't be bad because I want to have the most time on the consoles. So maybe I should do better.
Hey, listen, man, just wear a diaper if you don't want to get up.
Listen, man, I'm not driving state to state looking for my ex, trying to kill him for the killer.
Or are we
Like,
wrapping this up?
all right, Drew.
Drew got another movie to watch, so
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, probably.
God damn, we're going on like 2.5 hours though.
I know, man. You're right, pimp. Ladies and gentlemen, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, and also hit us up on YouTube. 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 Listen to us there. We may be doing a giveaway on YouTube. We'll talk about it. We need you to subscribe and listen. No Pyro Podcast. Hit us up. For Swerve Billy and also for No Chill Drew. My name is Total Mac. And we out this bitch like a newborn baby, y'all. Deuces.
Adios.